Yo, welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of the Charlie Newhart Show. Like and subscribe if you like real content. If not, just get off. If you like plastic content, this is not the channel for you. You know, keeping it real, sometimes it costs you. It'll cost you some, phony relationships. You might have a period of loneliness sometimes, but it's worth it in the end because all the opportunities and the people around you is 100. I would like to know who let Morant go on live with that super tiny hammer. He had the tiniest strap in America. He shouldn't even have got reprimanded for that. How do you get on live with a 380 in your hand and you a man? That ain't even nothing to they shouldn't even have gave him. I would have just left him alone. I would have pulled him to the side and just said, hey man, we're not gonna suspend you, Ja, because that little BB gun you had on live is not worth it. But we just want to encourage you not to ever do nothing like that again. If you're going to be on live, at least have a 45 in your hand, an AK or something. But if you go on live as a man again with a 380 in your hand, we're going to suspend you indefinitely from the NBA. Why his family let him get on live like that? I can't believe it. He had the fastest apology ever because his people probably on him now like, look, you messing up all of our bag, okay? Apologize, enter into a facility, a mental health facility, and admit to the world that as a man, you shouldn't have been on live with a 380. What's wrong with you? Cut that out. But I'm glad his team had his back. I'm pretty sure they pushed him like, hey, man, you the star. Unlike Michael Vick's team, they let dude go to jail. You got your homeboys, they fighting dogs in your house and y'all let the money go to jail. At least in this situation, they didn't let the money go to jail. Side note, man, if it's somebody around you and they get into some money, you need to be bold enough to kind of correct them if they foul. Because when the money is gone, especially if you ain't the one getting it, now how you gonna get it? Talk to your people that's getting to the money, and just, I think we afraid. The Bible says iron sharpens iron as the man sharpens the countenance of his friend. See, a lot of people misquote that proverb. They just say iron sharpens iron. No. It says iron sharpens iron as the man sharpens the countenance of his friend. So that has several meanings. If you're not my friend, you can't sharpen me. Period. If you're not somebody's friend, it's not your job to sharpen people. That's why sometimes we shudder at criticism from certain people because it's like, I don't know. We're not friends. You can't criticize me or say nothing to me and we ain't friends, because relationships are like deposits, withdrawals and deposits. You know what I'm saying? You deposit in love in my account, friendship, real talk, encouraging words. Those are deposits. And you may have to hit me with a correction or some harsh words in a relationship or a friendship. But if you got more deposit, that's a withdrawal. But if you got more deposits and withdrawal, I look at that as that's iron sharpens iron. You're right. My bad. I don't need to be on live with a super small strap. As a grown man, I shouldn't have did that. I should have had a 45 or a K or at least a 40. Never get on live with a 380. So, what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what else we need to stop doing at some of these churches. We need to stop letting the assistant pastor get all the shine. There's nothing. What I mean by that is I've been to so many churches where they let, the assistant pastor or somebody get up and he's just supposed to just do a simple announcement. You know what I'm saying? 2 minutes or take the offer or something. But dude gets up there and preaches a 20-minute sermon and he outshining the pastor. It's so funny. Like, bro, it's time for you to get your own church, man. If you're an assistant pastor and you are asked to get up and read the announcements, that is not your time to preach a 45-minute sermon, bro. You can just extend the service 45 minutes, man. I'm hungry. Didn't get breakfast this morning. I came to church, to get some good praise and worship and word. And now I got the assistant pastor up here saying the announcements, and he's on his fourth bullet point, and it's eighth proverb. Bro, I'm here to get the word. Where's the pastor, family? You're not the pastor. Why are you trying to preach a sermon, fam? Hilarious. Can't tell you how many churches, and he hooping and hollering, man. You're not even the pastor, bro. You taking the offering, hit the bullet points, get the offering, let the pastor get up, man. You're supposed to be invisible. It ain't nothing worse. Or the person at church and they leading praise and worship and they outshining everybody else on the stage and they going crazy because they drawing all the attention to them. Come on, man. Praise and worship ain't even that good, man. It's some churches I go to that as soon as certain people start singing, I'm immediately out of the spirit. Like, come on, man, cut that person's mic off. They think they sing, they think they Jodeci. Bro, you leading praise and worship trying to sound like Casey and JoJo. You got on Jodeci boots, strapped up to your knees, and you leading worship. You doing too much. I'm out of the spirit. If you take me out of the spirit during praise and worship, I probably don't want to come back to your church. Church rules 101. Don't let the assistant pastor shine too much. Get Casey and JoJo out of the praise and worship. And we good. Let me tell you something about church. You have to do your research with some of these churches just like you would with buying a house or a car. And that will stop all the negativity that people be saying about church. I'm just, I'm cracking jokes because I've been in church my whole life, but I know for sure sometimes if you ain't been to church in 15, 20 years and you decide to go back to church, sometimes that first church ain't your church home. The Bible says that God sets members in the body as it pleases him. Let him set you in church. But sometimes you feel like you obligated to just go to the church because your auntie go there, your mama go there. That may not be your set place. Pray. Take some time, do some research, visit a few churches, almost like the dating game, man. You don't marry the first person you go out on a date with. You probably going to date 4 or 5 people. You're going to pray. You're going to watch, take your time. You got to do the same way you would buy a car. As soon as the salesman come out and offer you the first deal, you don't bite on the first deal in the first car. You take your time if you got any sense, because 9 times out of 10, that salesman is offering you the highest, worst price. And as soon as you try to walk out, that's when you're going to get the best deal. So then why do we think we got to be a part of the first church we attend or just because our family go there? Better take your time, man. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. So this goes to all my fellas out there that's paying child support. Hey, man, I know sometimes it's rough. I know people paying, they making $4 or $5 grand a month or $3 grand a month, man. They paying $1,500 a month child support for one kid. One of my homeboys, he went to jail for not paying support. And I know it's rough, man. I just want you to know, man, it's, I support you and I'm with you and I'm praying for you because it's a dirty game. In this world, the justice system is filthy. I paid child support for a little bit. I paid child support for about 6 months, and I remember I had 2 little girls, right? Well, they grown now. But I had 2 little girls, and I was getting them like every weekend, and I started working a real job. I wasn't working on a real job, so I wasn't really paying no support. So I got a real job working at Ford, and then, took me to court, and now I'm paying a grip and child support. So when I started paying support, I started sticking to the order because the order was like, you only supposed to get your kids every other weekend. When I was barely paying support, I was getting them all the time, 3-4 days a week. I was buying all the extra stuff, but as soon as I got put on support, I was like, okay, we sticking to the order. Every other weekend, nothing extra, no extra money for nothing. I stuck to the script, and that must have lasted 2 months. And she hit me like, you know what? Come get your kids. I said, well, I come get them if you go in front of a judge and tell them that you want to sign over your rights and give them to me. That's the only way. And she did. She went in front of the referee, friend of the court, downtown Detroit. We went down there, and she was like, yeah, I want to give my daughters to their father. And the referee was arguing with her like, well, ma'am, and if anybody don't understand this language, the referee is like right under the judge. They are not a judge, but they act as a judge because they got so many cases in front of the court that they got, it's almost like an assistant pimp, the judge and the assistant pimp, putting on the baby powder to slap niggas when they walking in and out of front of the court. So we in front of the referee, and my baby mama was like, this years ago, this 20 plus years ago, she was like, yeah, I want to give my daughters to their father. I want to sign over rights and give them to them. And the referee didn't believe her. Like, ma'am, is he coercing you Is he influencing you to do this? She was like, no, I'm acting on my own accord. They will be in better care with their father, blah, 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 blah. You know, I was working at Ford this time. I had a stable job. I had just bought a house. I'm like 20, early 20s. I'm young. Man, arguing. Finally, I spoke up like, man, excuse me, referee, you know, why are you interfering with our situation? I'm not, she wants to sign over custody. Sir, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her because it seems as if you're coercing her. I was like, that's not the case. She just told you, you know. So we go through and the referee was like, okay, well, I signed him over to the father. And I was like, look, and I need you to end child support today because she's giving them to me now. Please submit an order to my job at Ford Motor Company to end child support. The referee said, fine. We walked out of there. 2 months later, I'm still paying child support, still coming out my check. So I go down to the friend of the court. I tell him what's going on. Like, hey, I'm still paying support. We came down here 2 months ago. The referee entered all the information. You know, we were supposed to be good. So, you know, the lady is typing it up. She said, sir, I don't have an order to end your child support. She said, as a matter of fact, I don't even have a record of you being here in court to for you to receive custody. As far here in the computer, custody is still with, you know, such and such, your baby mama. I was like, that's impossible. I was here on these dates and blah, 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 blah. She was like, I don't have any record of it. Sorry. So I'm paying support still for another month. There's the order. The referee didn't enter the order, didn't end my support, acted as if I wasn't even there. So I got to hire an attorney. The attorney had to order the transcripts. So I'm out of money. I don't know what I paid. I had to pay the attorney. Then I had to pay to order the transcripts. It takes him a while to find them. He gets the transcripts. Now I got to get a court date to take the transcripts to the friend of the court to submit for them to give me custody and to end child support. This is how messed up the system is for men. You know what I'm saying? For men in the system and even black men. Why I got to go through all that? Of course, you could say, well, you shouldn't have laid with her. You shouldn't have had them kids. Okay, I understand all those choices, but I'm here now. I'm here at the friend of the court. She wants to give me custody. And the friend of the court is not favorable or friendly to men, period. They are in favor of the women in most cases. These kids are being horrible situations and they just won't take them from the mom unless she on crack or dying. But in this situation, the referee just blew our whole hearing off. I'm not entering that. I'm not in child support on this guy and I'm not changing over because something's wrong. That wasn't even your business. It was damn near illegal. So I hired this attorney. The attorney goes downtown with the transcripts. Okay, finally everything is entered in the system and blah, blah, blah. And I was paying support and it was eating my check apart. And it was probably 6 years until I got that back pay of everything she took. Because it's like if I got custody, all in all, the whole process took almost a year. Meanwhile, I'm paying support this whole time, right? So that means she owed me support. She wasn't giving me the money back, of course. She owed me support. And I end up having to call friend of the court to get another order for them. It took 6 years for me to get back what I gave. That's just one experience of what I can believe some of y'all men go through. And it's not talked about because we men. Also, too, I'm going to tell you something else that really ain't talked about is a woman has a choice to have an abortion, right? It's her body, her choice. That's what's being said. Your body, your choice. So that means if you choose, and it really, as a man, you get a woman pregnant, she could go get an abortion without you even knowing about it, and there's nothing you could do about it. But what if you a man and y'all have a one night stand or something? Y'all have a sexual encounter, and as a man, you decide, well, you know what? I don't think you should have the baby. Even though both of y'all laid down to make the choice, if the man says, I don't want this baby. But it's nothing you can do if she says, well, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the baby. I think if a man says, you know what, I don't think you should keep this baby. I'm not financially stable. You know what I'm saying? I'm in between jobs or I'm making minimum wage. I cannot financially support this child. Because if a woman makes that choice, hey, you know what? I'm a woman. I'm pregnant with this kid. I can't financially support this kid. I'm going to get an abortion. People will look the other way. But if the dude says it, hey, I'm not financially able to support this child. I don't think we ready. We teenagers, whatever the case may be. Let's wait. That woman can say, bro, F you. We're going to have this baby. So then they had a baby, and now this man is obligated to pay support for a child he told her that he was not financially able to support. Now he's obligated for 18 years. Check getting destroyed. Dude living at the basement of his mama house. You know what I'm saying? He got a moped. He can't afford nothing. And then everybody say, well, should have thought about that before you laid down. But a man don't have a choice in that situation. So he's stuck paying support, which is unfair. Unfair. This is how I feel. If a man, if two people, if a man gets a woman pregnant and he says, I'm not financially able to support this child, I can't do it. You know, I feel like he should be able to sign off his rights and not be obligated to pay support because he said I can't do it. Especially if she at any time can decide, I don't, you know, I'm gonna have this baby. And what if it's the what if it's the opposite? What if the woman is like, I'm not financially ready to have this baby, but the man is like, no, let's do it. I want to do it. Don't abort it. That woman can go and get that abortion anyhow. So why do we hold men to such this high standard that, you know, when we don't have a choice? A woman can obligate a man to 18 years of payments even when he tells her he ain't ready. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. The way they treat men in this situation. I don't understand it. I think it's unfair because especially there are women out here that are predators. There are women. Okay, we talk about the men predators all the time, and a lot of these movies is perpetuating that claim. But there are female predators. There are women out here that want babies by dudes for status, or if they think he got money, or if they think they can keep the dude. And they doing everything in their power. They'll lie and tell you they're on birth control. You give them a plan B, and they act like they taking it, and they drop it in their titties. Cut holes in condoms. Some of these things I've experienced myself personally. Like straight up, you want a baby with green eyes? Or you think this baby gonna keep me? The woman who gave me custody of my two kids, she flat out really told me that the reason she had the two kids, she thought it was gonna, you know, keep me as her dude. And once I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of my babies, but I was young. I'm not interested in this relationship. She was like, oh, well then you take them then. You keep them. There are women out here that's predators, man. But we can't talk about that. But I am. I told you, it's a real channel. I'm gonna say what I want. If you don't like it, get off. There are women predators out here. So what do we do in situations like that when you got a woman who done lied to a dude, told her she on birth control, or she done poked holes in the condom, or, you know, dropped the plan B or whatever. Now she pregnant, and the dude is like, look, I'm not ready. She go to have the baby anyhow. And then that man is obligated to pay support for 18 years because he got stalked by a predator. So, you could tell the man, oh, well, you got to strap up regardless. What if he got the condom from her and it's got holes poked in it? But that man got to be obligated, or he a deadbeat now. He a deadbeat dad. He ain't taking care of his kid. He just pays support. There are men out here paying child support for kids that they can't even see. That should be criminal. And judges is going along with it, whether they believe some. Okay, now if the dude is crazy, clinically crazy, and he got some issues, he should, maybe he gets supervised visits. You can't leave a child with him, something dangerous. But I'm talking about sane, non-dangerous, working 9 to 5, solid dudes. They out here paying support for children they can't even see. And the judge is allowing it. That should be criminal. You know, and if the dude don't pay child support, what happened? He get locked up. Now I really can't even see my kid, which is stupid. Now I can't see my kid and I ain't making the money to support this child. You know what should also be criminal? Women that don't let their men let the baby daddy see the kids. You should get locked up. If I get locked up for not paying child support, you should get locked up for not letting me see my kid. Same amount of time, whatever. It should be, we're all about equality, right? It should be the same thing. Now, I'm telling y'all about issues I dealt with 20 years ago. I ain't dealing with none of this right now. But I done been through it all. I done seen it all. I'm healed from it. But also, I have to call out system errors. There are huge discrepancies in the system. Friend of the court, divorce attorney, divorce court. It's so many discrepancies where the man, you calling a man a deadbeat dad who told you that he didn't want to have that baby from Jump Street, but he don't have a choice in it because it's her choice, her body. Right. But and if it's her choice, her body, that means she could get the abortion without the dude even knowing. What if you got a dude that's saying, I want to keep this baby? Yes, I'm excited. Let's have it. And then she come telling you, well, you know, I got the abortion 3 days ago. Sorry. That dude's crushed. And that type of story is swept under the rug. I'm tired of the narrative that I'm really tired of men being painted as the predator and men being painted as the bad guy in so many situations. There are women predators too. The women predators, there's women out here that's being manipulative, they're being conniving, they're trying to do everything they can to get a bag, or they're trying to get and force a dude into a relationship, and they out here scheming and they calling each other. They calling each other and they giving each other plans. You know what you should do to get this dude? You should do such and such. If you really want to get this dude, you really want to get him back, you should try hollering at his homeboys. That'll really make dude mad. I'm telling you, bro. I don't care what y'all say. It's some conniving, scandalous females out here, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of them I've talked to, I like listening to their stories. I like a good dirtbag broad to just tell me some stories. Like, straight up, what else did you do? I like hearing how scandalous broads is, because I can get a woman to have a conversation with me that she probably won't have with the average person, because, you know, I'm an ex-dirtbag. And I'm also a little out of my mind. I like to hear the stories. And if I could tell y'all some of these stories that I be listening to with some of these women, like, bro, straight up, you did that? It's some predators out here, man. For real. Remember I told y'all earlier about how you should be doing research about what church you going to before you jumping into these relationships. And I wish I had this wisdom when I was younger, because I'm speaking from experience. Before you jump into these relationships, sexual, non-sexual, whatever, you need to know somebody by observation, revelation, and recommendation. You need all three. Observation, watch them for a while for you know what I'm saying? Stick your pipe in her. You really should be married first, but I ain't judging nobody. Revelation, talk to God about this person. Recommendation, talk to the people around her. See what she on. Hey, what's up with such and such? What's up with your girl? And take your time, man. The problem is we have sex too soon. We get soul ties, and now, you know what I'm saying, emotions is all tied into a chick that's insane. And the box, so, you know, crazy chicks got the best box, and the box so good, you can't stay away from her. And you so blinded by the good box that now you can't even see she crazy. Meanwhile, she been plotting the whole time. She ain't taking the plan B's you buying her. You know what I'm saying? She telling you she on birth control, you busting in her, or she telling you she not ovulating when she is. You know what I'm saying? Eggs is on fire. Eggs is ready to receive seed. And she like, I just got off my period. I'm cool. You can bust in me. Eggs ready to receive. Look, I didn't experience it all, my G. If a woman wants something bad enough and she ain't really got no home training and she don't know God, and she's going to do whatever it takes to get what she want, even if it's you. Better watch her swallow that plan B. Matter of fact, put a hat on. Put a hat on, man. Put two of them on. I wouldn't even trust that pull-out method, man. Sometimes it's tough to get out of that box. Yeah, man. Or just, you know, do it the old school way, man. Just take your time. Wait till you get married before you develop a soul tie. Harder to break away from somebody you developed a soul tie with. You busting in a crazy broad, and it's hard to get away from her because you've been busting in her for 6 weeks. There's women predators out here too, man. We don't talk about it. It hurts me when I hear stories about some of my people, man. And, you know, they're paying $1,000 a month child support for a kid they can't even see. You know what I'm saying? Ex playing games. They going back and forth to court. You got a man, and some men just give up. And I ain't mad at you. You just give up because it's like this woman been playing all these games with the shorty, and you like, I don't even care. You like, I don't even care no more. Don't even care. So I just want y'all to know I'm rooting for y'all, man. I'm rooting for y'all in them type of situations, man. Be careful. Introduce her to your mama or have a sister. Have like a family friend that's a female. I'm talking to the dudes. A family friend that's a female that can, just do a little eye check on this person. Take her body and introduce her to your people and listen to what she say. Because a woman's intuition in most cases is on point. Especially, you should have somebody in your circle, a family member that's either a dirtbag female or an ex-dirtbag. Because she'll be the one that can smell it on the chick you take over there. And she'll pull you to the side like, you know what, she cool. Or she'll let you know like, you know what, because they'll smell it, man. Yeah, you need to leave her alone. She got this and this and this and this, and you need to trust it. For real. Especially if she's beautiful. It's a lot of 10s out here that's crazy, man. They a 10 body and face, but they a negative 43 when it comes to their mentality. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all, man. Like and subscribe if you like real content. I'm gonna do a quick show because I got to get to this. Audition today. Share my videos with people, man. YouTube trying to shadow ban me because I keep it 100 at all time because I ain't doing it for the money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been pushing no merch or nothing. But they trying to they shadow banning me. I got people hitting me like, man, I ain't even getting notifications no more. I done said I've spoke my mind about a few things and they don't like it, so now they shadow banning me. But it's all good, YouTube. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not even a medical professional. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just sharing stories from my experience. But if you got love for me, man, you like the content, just share it. Just put it out. Flood the market with the content or don't do it. I don't really care. I'm going to get to this audition because I'm going to get the money. You feel me? I love y'all because I love myself.